Hello, everybody. This is Future Michael. I have already seen the episode you're about to watch me see. I am recording this to throw at the front because after having watched this episode and the last one, and I did back-to-back recordings, I jumped right into the two episodes in one sitting. I did not realize that there was a post-credit scene for episode 4, which kind of gives you the explanation of how Reiner and Falco winded up in the room beginning this episode. So you will see me act surprised, or not act, I am surprised, because I didn't realize how they got there. Having now watched the post-credit scene from last episode, I understand how they wound up there. I'm not going to post it because, I already watched it off screen. There's no point in me putting it up or anything. I just want to let you guys know that I know it's there, and I do apologize that I missed it for my last episode's reaction. But now it's going to transition from me in the future to my actual reaction, so you're going to hear me say hello again and all that. And I hope you guys can still enjoy my reaction, as well as when I'm recapping episode 4 at the end right before I start, I don't bring up Reiner going to the room with Eren because I did not see it until after everything had been watched. So again, I'm sorry. I hope you can still enjoy my reaction and enjoy. Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. My name is Michael and this is Happy Ghost Reacts. Today I will be reacting to Season 4, Episode 5 of Attack on Titan, named Declaration of War. I'm going to be doing something a little similar to last video where I've kind of recapped all of my key points I want to recap about last episode on a notepad. I'm going to read over them and kind of briefly go over them. I know I said a quick little recap last time at the start and then it turned into 20 minutes. I'm going to do my best to try and keep this to the point. So jumping in, we start off the episode with Falco running past Reiner, and he is smiling for once. I think that's the first time that I've seen Falco smile on all of this season. Then he, during a voice line out of out of him, we learn that Eren is Eren. Like he says, Mr. Kruger, and that's a dead giveaway that it's the Eren we know because he ended up just taking the name of the owl. Because if he were to be saying that his real last name, I'm sure that wouldn't last very long. So following that, the Tiber family shows up in Liberio, and then he meets with the warrior leader, the leader of the warrior unit, Theo Magath, I think is how it's pronounced, Willie Tiber is the head of the Tiber family, who is the one who talks with Magath. I think that's how it's pronounced. During the conversation of the two, Willie admits that somebody in that room that is a part of the family, while it may not look like it, one of them is the wielder of the Warhammer Titan. So the Warhammer Titan is in the city, but he will not reveal who it is. At least he didn't on a scene that we saw. During a scene out on the balcony, Willie discusses that he came to the city to see the statue of Helos or Helos. I'm not sure how to pronounce that properly, but it is the person, a Marleyan, who slayed the devil of all earth and became the hero and spirit of Marley. I'm assuming that means that the devil of all earth, if I'm interpreting that correctly, it's the devil that is the one that gave the fruit to Ymir to eat to become the first ever Titan. I could be wrong. Please do correct me in the comments if I'm wrong. I try and catch everything and try and connect the dots, but I'm not always right. Then during that discussion, we learn that the Tiber family kind of rules things from behind the scene. They kind of call the shots in a sense, and like they're kind of like the unknown power behind the entire nation of Marley in a sense. And along the way there was this part where Tiber admits that the Tiber family, or Willie admits that the Tiber family is the reason that the Eldians and Marleyans were put into the position where they are, where they're kind of just hated, because Marley uses Eldians as a weapon of war, and in a sense that makes them bad because they utilize what everybody in the world considers to be the devil race for their own bidding. And that he has a solution to the problem with Eldians. Then after that, we see Reiner in a room with presumably the coordinators of the mission for the Paradise like relaunch part 2, whatever you want to call it. And during that discussion, like Reiner was explaining that it's going to be very difficult for them to come up with a plan that's going to work really well, because I mean the stuff that they have been sending over hasn't been working, and I mean he was just sharing information, and during that, in Marleyan fashion, and dissing the Eldian, being Reiner, and kicks them all out, and now Marley's just going to be a Marleyan group of people are going to be the ones to decide, I guess, essentially the fate and plan of the warrior unit. Then after that, they've been kicked out. Then they see a race between Gabby and Falco and all the other children, but specifically those two, because Falco actually beats her in this race. And then they have a little moment of like, wow, he's actually better than Gabby for just one time, because Gabby is like this perfect everything. Like, she is essentially the perfect candidate for the warrior unit, and this is the first time that she's ever been outclassed, for lack of a better term. And then during this, you actually do see an interaction between the kids and the guard, and guards. There's two. That not in the internment zone, but in, I guess, the inner walls or whatever. I'm not exactly sure where they are in terms of how far they are from the internment zone. But the way that Eldians there are treated over the Eldians in the internment zone is quite crazy of a contrast. The one, like, we learned on the episode that day, like, they're the ones in the internment zone are like disposable. It's crazy. Like, we witnessed Eren's dad's sister get eaten by dogs just because the guy wanted to. And I mean, maybe things have changed since then. Maybe this is just a contrast between back then and now, or maybe this is just a contrast between where they are versus the internment zone. I'm not too sure, but I just wanted to point that out. Then after that race, Gabby gets really frustrated because Falco admits that he's trying a lot harder now, because he really wants he wants to be the one chosen, and that when she asks him why he's trying so much harder, he says, "For you." And this shoots back to the scene on Midnight Train where at first Falco's like, "Oh no, I don't want this." Like, yeah, like she's getting casted to a 13-year sentence on life, where she'll be dead in 13 years if she earns this, that, and the other thing. Basically everything bad about becoming a Titan holder, essentially. And then Reiner gets fairly strict with him and says, like, if I report this, you and your family will be screwed, basically. And ever since then, and then there was a specific line like, I need you to be the one to take the power, like save Gabby from this life. And I think that was what he was referring to. And then after that, we see this brief little meeting between Willie and Theo at the area that's being constructed for the playwright. And during this, Willie gets a piece of paper and then tells Theo that Tiber's army is at his disposal. So now Marleyan forces have the Tiber family backing them for this Paradise raid, I suppose. Then after that, we jump into a conversation between Falco and Eren again. And we learn that, like, Eren has been talking with Falco over the last little bit, like kind of mentoring him and giving him advice. Kind of like being a positive reinforcement, it almost seemed, because just the way that the conversation played out. And then some older gentleman starts approaching them. Falco claims doctor, and he was technically, I don't know if he still was. I couldn't really tell if he was a patient or I mean, I know he was a doctor in the past, I believe. Yes, he was a doctor in the past, because Eren's dad, his dad was, yeah, okay. Connecting the dots. And then he comes and sits down and basically confronts Eren in a sense. But we learn that this was Eren's grandpa, his dad's dad, who ended up turning in Eren's dad and Dina to the Marleyan forces, leading into the events of the end of that day when they are pushed off the wall, and we learn all that stuff about Dina and the owl and all that fun stuff. Then during the conversation, his grandpa asks him to stop using Falco for his safety and his family's safety, to which Eren then follows up asking his grandpa if he ever had any regrets about his family, which then he just like, and this is why I said I don't know if he was actually admitted there because of his PTSD, or he was an actual doctor, but he was talking about the day specifically that he regrets that Grisha taking out his sister outside the wall, and then she ended up getting killed by dogs, unfortunately. And then next we transition to a party with Willie, and then I'm assuming that those are what are considered the VIPs for the play for tomorrow, being tomorrow in the show. Then during a bunch of really brief conversations, we learn that he's kind of revered with like a lot of people. Like a lot of people from all different walks of life seem to look up to him, or rather, like they all just like him, I guess, for lack of a better way of explaining it. And then Willie toasts everybody, explaining that he has a single solution to, and I quote, "exterminate the Eldians," is what he said. And that he will reveal his plan during a playwright that he wrote at the festival the following day. To which it transitions then into the festival the next day, and we just see all the kids having a good time. You know, it was kind of like a real sweet moment because we got to see the kids be kids for a day. But in Attack on Titan fashion, I'm sure that will not last long because every good moment is followed with something that is unimaginably horrible. So yeah, now that I think I covered everything I wanted to talk about, let's jump in to 5th episode of this season. I'm assuming that this is going to be something good because the name of it is Declaration of War. I am excited to jump in, so let's jump in. Let's go. Reiner and Eren in a room. Oh shit, this is where Falco learns that he's being used. Oh my gosh. Reiner's face says it all. I'm super curious to see how this play is gonna go. And this is happening during the start of the play? I feel like this is gonna break out into a fight during this. Dude, he looks terrified. Oh, he's ready to turn into a Titan. Dude, Reiner looks so scared. Oh, Falco got himself wrapped into some stuff. Oh yeah. Oh shit. Oh, is that Annie's dad? She did. She did not die. That's very true. And this is a big event. This event is going to ring throughout the world. Similar to what she said in the first episode. Oh, this is an intense scene. Every time we flash back to it, I feel the tension. I want to know too. Dude. He's freaking out. Dude, Reiner is losing it. Here, this big plan. I don't doubt that. I don't doubt that either. Rina's freaking out. The one that the statue is of. Is that the holder of the Warhammer Titan? No, he said he was just a mere human, so I guess that was a stupid assumption. Yes. That's what they were told.
あなたをどこかで見たことがある気がする。どこの所属？西の楽破基地だが、招集を受け参加している。そしてエルディア人の無駄話に付き合う気はない。
There's got to be a reason why 4 of them are getting pulled away. Though after knowing Eren's there and that was a blonde person that she recognized, there's a solid chance that's Armin. Everybody's grown up now. It was a trap. They have a plan already set in motion. They were ready for this shit. Dude, I'm getting goosebumps. No, I'm sorry, Falco. You've been lied to. He's piecing it together. Yes. Oh, this is getting so good. Holy shit. Oh, this is gonna be interesting. Yes. Nope, it was all just a lie to keep everybody away. Oh boy, the truth is just coming out. They're all learning that they've been lied to. I suppose this solution works. Yeah, it's a trap. I think it's Armin. Risha. Oh, he's healing now. He is the threat. I knew he was gonna feel stupid. I'm so sorry, Falco. Used you. I knew it. He's. Yes, I knew it. Oh no. Oh, I feel so bad for Falco. It almost makes me want to cry. Oh, dude, Ryan is piecing it. Dude, I feel like I'm having like a flood of emotions right now. The music, just everything. Very true. He's right there. Now this part isn't necessarily true. He does not actually have the power to do that. Or not yet anyways. It's all just a matter of perspective. That was their mission. It's all just a matter of perspective. There's no way, it's just vaguely. Just like they did. Just like they did. Everybody's just a person. Was Eren like in a way forgiving him? That's what I was saying, yeah. Yeah, he almost killed himself. That's the guilt. He was afraid for his own life, though. Just a matter of perspective. Man, I want to keep it together. Contrast between what they're saying right now is interesting. This is how he bands everybody together against Paradise. Uh-oh. He's turning. Oh, shit. Oh, he timed that shit perfectly. Did he just kill Willy? He's eating Willy. Oh my god. What a fucking ending. Holy shit. That was a wild episode. It kind of like spoke everything that I was talking about like into existence in terms of like how I was feeling about the situation, but like it's understood in the show by the characters. We start off with seeing Falco bringing Reiner into a room and realizing it was Eren, and you just felt it. You felt the emotions between the two. You felt Reiner's fear. It's been eating at him away from like what he's done, his sins. They're just eating at him, and like he almost killed himself last episode. I'm sorry, the episode before that. Yeah, he almost killed himself in the previous episode. But the conversation was very civil. I feel so horrible for Falco. He was getting used, and now we're gonna see what he was used for, because he was sending the mail. He's sending the mail to Eren's comrades, being Levi, Mikasa, Armin. Holy crap! And then Reiner admits to Eren that Annie and Bertholdt wanted to turn around, but he pushed them forward to continuing the mission that ended up getting Eren's mom killed. And he begged to get killed to escape this like hell that he lives in, this PTSD, the sins that eat away at Reiner. It's just like the emotion in the scenes between Eren and Reiner was just so perfect. In like the sense of like you felt it. I love this show because you feel it. They build up characters so well and they just like nail that shit. Oh, okay. Fuck, that episode was good. Tiber reveals because they can inherit the memories of former Titans to everybody the truth to a point. Like, obviously, they're still going to use the fact that Eren is the enemy to push forward the agenda of everybody grouping up. And I suppose, like, at the end of the day, Eren does want to kill Marley. They are his enemies. He just admitted that at the end. And I feel so bad for Falco. And, like, I mean, Reiner, he didn't even try and turn. He was just trying to save Falco. I commend Reiner for that. Like, Falco was his #1 priority, and that is 100% Reiner. No matter what you've done, all the shit you've done, where we're at now, I really respect that. But seeing Eren turn into his Titan, like you saw his eyes, like, does that mean that he's learned how to control the founding Titan? Like, I mean, I know it's been years, but like, oh my gosh, the episode was. And then at the end, he ate Willy. What if Willy, and I doubt it, I honestly doubt it, because I believe in the trailer you see a fight between the Warhammer Titan and Eren, I believe, or like you actually see the Warhammer Titan, so there's no way that he ate the Warhammer Titan. Willy was just the face of Tiber's family, and he was just eaten in front of everyone. And that's how they end it. Next episode has to be even crazier. Like, they just like, every time this show impresses me more, and I'm beyond excited. I already want it to be next Sunday. Like, I don't even know what to say. So yeah, I think I covered everything. I mean, and now everybody knows the truth. Like, the Eldians before Eren weren't the problem. It was Grisha stealing the founding Titan and Eren getting the founding Titan that is now being the driving force for the hatred towards people on Paradise. So yeah, okay, I think that is everything now. I don't know how this next episode is gonna go. I hope it jumps right back into Willy falling in Eren's mouth and being swallowed, and we see what happens, because holy shit. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed my reaction. I enjoyed this episode. So until next time with season 4 episode 6 of Attack on Titan, I hope you all have a fantastic day, and peace.